Hi, it's Kathy with another holiday edition of Tippin' on Tuesday. Today I'm going to show you how to make this adorable little shaker card. I just thought that was cute. It's kind of the idea of Santa Claus needing to get his clothes out of the dryer in time for Christmas. Isn't that cute? And then inside there's a little greeting inside this cute little pizza box. So what you'll need for this project is one of the little pizza boxes, and you'll need some of the Year of Cheer designer series paper, and this is cut at 3 3/8 inches by 3 3/8 inches. A piece of window sheet, which is cut 3 inches by 3 inches. A piece of basic black that's cut 3/4 inches by 3/4 inches, and the center of it has been cut out using the 2 3/8 layering square die. The Snow DSP from the Christmas Around the World designer series paper, and that measures 3 inches by 3 inches, and it is cut in the center with the 2 1/8 inch layering circles die. And you'll need a piece of real red that measures 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. You'll need a real red 1 1/2 inch circle. And then you will need a piece of the silver glimmer paper, and this will measure 3 1/4 inches by 3 1/4 inches. And what I did is I took the 3-inch scallop square and laid that on it, and then in the center did the 2 3/8 inch square, and then the 2-inch scallop circle. And I cut that all at one time. I used the washi tape to kind of hold it. So this is what I've ended up with, and I think on the back you can really see here. And you'll need the scallop piece, and you'll need this outside piece, but this piece will not be needed, so you can go ahead and throw that away. You'll need the sSuit stamp set and the coordinating dies, basic black archival ink, real red classic ink, and smoky slate classic ink. You will need a wink of Stella, and you will need the foam adhesive strips to create your shaker card. So for the stamping, you'll also need a piece of Whisper White that measures, it's actually a quarter sheet. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And you're going to need most of all the pieces of Santa's suit and Santa. So all of these. And then what I did is I got my big block. This is the F block, and I just laid it right on top of my cardstock, and then laid my pieces that I need. So I need the Have a Holly Jolly Christmas, and Santa, the mittens, the 2 boots, the pants, the hat, and the jacket. And so this way I can go ahead and ink it all up at one time. And this is really nice in a class situation or something. It just takes so much less time. And let me get a foam piece to put underneath my cardstock since we're working with photopolymer. And just stamp down. Now I really make sure that I press real well over the top of each of these, and especially these little boots. And there we are. Now I can come back with my others and stamp. For the smoky slate, this is going to be the suspenders. So I'm going to turn it this way. and stamp his suspenders. And then in the red, I'm going to stamp all the other pieces. Now, I didn't like the level of saturation in one stamping, so I just came back with a second stamping on each, and it just gives me a deeper red. Okay, and then I'm going to take the ivory blends and color in his little hands. And his head. Now, you have to be very careful with this because I use the archival instead, and as you can see on this one, I did get a lot of smearing on his hands. But you could also use the Memento ink, and then you'd have to be careful about your classic ink with that. So then we'll go ahead and cut these out, and I'm just going to use my magnetic plate and lay this down and get all my pieces, and then just use a little bit of washi tape to hold them in position, especially those little boots, because it is going to want to move around on you. So if you just tape them each down in position, you can cut everything at one time. So I'll go ahead and put that in my Big Shot, and here are all my pieces all cut out. So I'll set these to the side. So the next thing I'm going to do is cut a hole into my pizza box, and I have the 2 1/8 inch circle, and I'm going to center that on the top portion of my pizza box, and then I'm going to run that through the Big Shot. Okay, so I've got that cut, and it will just kind of press out of here, just like that. You may have a little bit of this plastic that's left over, and you can either just kind of pull that off with your nail or use a little file on that, or scissors. So the first piece that needs to go down is your window sheet piece, and that will go here on the top, just like that. And then next will be this Snowy Designer Series paper. And that will layer right over the top of that circle that you cut. This one here is going to get glued on to the black here, so I'm going to use liquid glue for that. And that will get placed right onto here, lining up with the cutout that's the same size. And then that's going to be put up on mini dimensionals. And that will be placed right here, centered on the top of the box, just like that. And then your Santa, first of all, I'll take the Wink of Stella and kind of gloss up his hair, make it shiny. And then get some glue dots, and I'm going to put his little boots on him. So the one boot goes here, and his other little boot will go here. And then for him, I'm going to put glue dots down at his feet, because they'll be touching the glitter here for securing it down. But his head needs a dimensional. So I'll use a regular size dimensional. And he goes down in this corner just like that. Okay, so that's it for the front of the box. Now we'll go to the back of the box, or actually the inside. I'm going to take one of the foam strips and I'm going to place it down around this circle, just like this, just outside of it. And when you get to the bottom, go ahead and get your scissors and trim that. And then you'll have a little small piece, and go ahead and cut that into quarters. And you can use that out at the outside edges as a support for your designer series paper. Not all the way out to the edge. Leave a little bit of room still there. Let me put these on and then I'll zoom in a bit and you can see about where they are. If you can see these score lines here, they're just about, oh, 1/8 of an inch, somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 inch in. Okay. But we want to make sure to take our embossing buddy and just kind of run it around the inside of that adhesive, and that will help it to not have your pieces stick to the outside edge. Okay, so then I'm going to get all my clothing pieces, Santa's wardrobe. And I'm going to use my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to color the red portions. And then I'm going to place them down, face down in the center of my window sheet here. And if you have some sequins or something else that you want to go in with them, go ahead and add that. I had some of the retired metallic sequins that I put in with it, and I'll go ahead and grab those. And all I did was just a little pinch. I didn't want too many of them. Maybe a little bit more, yeah. Drop that in. And go ahead and take off all your backings. And you'll take the Year of Cheer piece and put it face down in the back here. And now you have your shaker card. So now we'll just finish up with a little bit of decoration. So the real red piece I took, and just to kind of make the box look more festive inside, I placed it down here. And now if you're going to put food in it, like cookies or something, then you probably would not want this piece. And then I have my silver glitter and my 1.5 inch circle, and And then off of the piece where we had done all our stamping, we need this have a jolly Christmas. I keep wanting to say holly. And we're going to punch that out. And that will glue down to the red one. And I'm going to go ahead and use a dimensional to place that on top of the glitter one. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of them on here. And that will go here on the inside. And now we can make our box up. If you want this to permanently stay together, I would recommend putting a couple of glue dots up here and then secure it down so that it'll stay better. But there's your little box. My original one had a little silver mini bow on it, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, but it came off because I think it needs, with the silver glimmer paper, the glue dots. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of glue dots onto it and then place that up in the corner. So I hope you liked that edition of Tippin' on Tuesday, holiday style. Happy holidays, everyone.